Okay, got that thing out of my eye. It was like a little teeny crumb. It's amazing how a little teeny crumb in your eye can bother you. So a little bit more on the Indy 500. I'll probably have a lot more to share, and I'm in town all this week. Can you guys believe it? I'm in town all week. Next week I'm in Detroit for I think 2 days. And then the next week, I'm not quite sure. And then we're in Park City, Utah later this month, which I haven't been there in ages, but I'm excited because honestly, that's one of my favorite places to visit. I say I would still live there, but it would take a lot for me to totally move away from Chicago, but I'd love to have a place in Park City to visit. But I do have a couple friends that live there, so I'll have to say hi to them. And I think I'd rather, if I was going to buy a second place, I'd buy a second place in Miami, because that's my favorite place. Hopefully, should be booking a nice little getaway there very soon. Anyway, so the other thing about being at the Indy all weekend was, OMG, the heat. Holy cow. So next year, number one, we're totally going next year. Number two, we met a ton of people there, and just having hair issues today, guys. This is like dirty workout hair. But we met a new friend, and his name is Kim. I think I shared one of the videos already. But he's been working at the race for like 20 years. And so he's like, yeah, you know, I'll hook you guys up next year or whatever. But major. We already had a really cool pass with Chevy Missions, but then this guy, Kim, you're like the rock, totally hooked us up. And got us really a nice connection. So we're totally going back next year. Can't wait. But what I'm doing next year is, this year we wore, like, I had these linen pants that I love from Victoria's Secret, real casual, you know, linen's really thin. And I wore like a tank top. It was so hot, like both days, and this would be like so hot, 10:30 in the morning, that you would just be standing there and you could feel sweat like just forming. I mean, we're used to working out and getting sweaty, but it builds up, right? And you expect the sweat. I would just be standing there. We went to go do laps around the track. We got to go in the Chevy pace car and do a lap. The driver, there was the driver that did. We just got to sit in the car. So we did laps, and that video is probably, I'll link it up below. But sorry guys. What was I saying? Oh, so we're down on the racetrack, just getting ready to go into the car, right? So we're standing out there. We were with some of the Good Morning America people, and Robin Roberts, who is so nice and down to earth in person, and some of the other like PR people, blah, blah, blah. Just standing there, and I could literally feel sweat droplets going down my back, down my legs, and you're just standing there and you're just sweating. And so then I would just try to like stand back in the shade, and everybody's sweating. I mean, everywhere you go, people are just hot, but they're just sweating, and you just deal with it. And you know, most of the people that attend, when you look out in the stands, guys have their shirts off, girls are in like bikinis and shorts. And I remember some people had told me that were local, they're like, yeah, if you want to dress for the Indy, you're going to want to wear bikini tops and shorts. And I'm like, and you know, part of me, I'd say I was 85% thinking that I was in bikini / jean shorts shape. Next year, no doubt. If this was 2 months from now, absolutely. Like, I'm that close. It's funny because Lindsay asked me if I brought my bikini, because she said maybe Sunday afternoon or something after the race we were going to go to a friend of hers party, and they were having a pool party, and I was like, well, I forgot to bring my bikini. But honestly, if I would have brought it, I would not have felt bad about being in a bikini around people. I mean, I've lost that much weight, I'm feeling that much better, and you guys, let me tell you something. The linen pants I just told you about that I wore at the race, those were the linen pants that, I mean, because they're like my favorite Victoria's Secret. I have them in black, brown, and khaki, and they're like these really baggy, just, I think they still sell them right now, or several versions of them in Victoria's Secret catalog. But they're these great, really baggy linen pants. You can wear a tank top and just wear them on the beach or whatever, and if they get wrinkled, who cares? So when I wore them to my attempted vacation in Miami last August, those were the pants that I remember putting on going, I'm so depressed because these are so not fitting me in the loose baggy way they always fit me. And the whole weekend I hadn't packed that much because we went at the last minute, and you know, I thought, oh, I'll just pack the stuff I always do. I hadn't gone shopping, packed those pants, and then I went to wear them, and the whole time I was like They were, you know what it's like when something either doesn't fit you the way you remember or it's tight on you. Okay, so these pants were like totally tight on my thighs, on my butt, on my hip, everywhere, just everywhere. And yet I hadn't brought a bunch of other clothes like that I could have worn, and I certainly didn't feel like going and buying new clothes, because you know what it's like. You're like, I don't feel good. I don't want to go buy new clothes. I don't feel like trying on new clothes, because then you're scared you're going to go try on new clothes and you're not going to feel good about those clothes. So I just wore them, and yet I was just aware every second of how tight they were fitting me. Well, guess what? Those same pants I had on, and I had the brown ones and the black ones. I didn't bring the khaki ones. Totally loose on me again, totally baggy. I mean, I was looking from the side, I was pulling them out, and I'm like, they're totally loose and baggy again. Guys, it is the best feeling in the world. I just can't say it enough. It is so awesome to be back in this place of like losing weight and totally getting back to where I was, and even better, because you know what? I'm losing weight, but like my muscle tone underneath, from all of the work that I've been consistently doing, even before I was seeing the fat loss, now it's starting to pop out, because now the weight's coming off and all of the muscle that I've been working on. I just did my rear view. I'm sorry about the hair, guys. This is like, you know, me after working all day today, and I need a haircut, obviously. I was flirting with growing my bangs out, and now I'm not, and it's just bothering me. So you're just gonna have to deal with Krabby Kelly hair issues today. Soon. Just having all kinds of issues. Was I making a point? I already lost my point. But anyway, oh yeah, I was doing the rear view, because I told you guys, whenever I get dressed, this is how I measure my success. I get dressed, I always wear relatively the same workout clothes. I mean, I'm always in like, you know, a tight type of workout top, and then I love Atomics for my workout pants. And I always do like side view, you know, obviously I can see from the front how I look from the front, and then I do a rear view, and I looked at the rear view, and just seeing the definition in my back, I was like, oh snap, I love it. And my butt is looking great. Still definitely have some padding to lose around the hips, definitely. The tummy weight that I had first been so upset about, I don't want to say it's gone, I mean, but definitely has diminished incredibly. And I think I told you guys when I got my massage last week, I hadn't seen my massage guy in probably 2 weeks, and he was like, wow, I cannot believe. He's like, I thought you looked great before. He goes, but I have just seen so much of a change in your body. Because he was always saying to me before, you know, Kelly, why don't you just accept yourself? You look great. Because every time I saw him, I'm like, well, I'm working really hard and I think I'll lose weight, you know. And then he saw me that last time, and he's like, I really thought that you looked awesome before, but you have, you know, I can tell you've lost a lot of weight. I can tell, you know, here and there. And he's like, but please just don't lose your butt, Kelly. I'm like, I couldn't lose this butt. There's enough here to put a billboard ad on. Are you kidding? Seriously. Anyway, here I have vlogged for I think 15 minutes without talking about anything fitness related. No, I talked about diet and I talked about muscle. But I'm excited because I'm in town this whole week. I had a kick butt workout yesterday. We had a picnic, not a picnic, we had a cookout at my brother's house. So I felt like just doing cardio yesterday. So I did cardio, and I did what did I say, 400 or 500 calorie burn? I think I did 500 calorie burn. I did kickboxing, and then, I don't know, I did something else. And now, as you can see, it has been a long day, full of calls. I'm literally just finishing up. I don't even know. I think it's like 7 o'clock. But I'm in my workout clothes, and let me tell you guys, I'm just saying this again to be honest, I don't feel like working out right now. Everything inside of me right now is going, hey, you're in town all week, you're allowed to have one day off, you did 500 calories yesterday, you know, I can totally find every reason to justify it. And even though I'm heading downtown tomorrow, I'm gonna be downtown all day tomorrow and tomorrow night, and I'm still gonna have time for my workout in the morning. I have every reason in my mind to justify not working out, but I'm making myself stay in these clothes, I'm making myself do a vlog and tell you guys about it, and I'm making myself do a workout, because you know what? Any time that you keep making excuses, it's easier the next day to make another excuse, and then another excuse, and then you get into a month, and then a month turns into 2 months, and then 2 months turns into 3, and then all of a sudden you're looking back and trying to make up time for 6 months. It happens to the best of us. You've got to fight it every single day, and you've got to make the commitment and stick with it, right? So that's what we're doing. Even when you have days like this, where you have that one little piece of hair, look at that. Don't let it get it. Don't let it get you down.